Hello, this week I am here to talk to you about how to choose guardians for your children when you and your spouse do not agree. If you don't know me, my name is Don Rolfe. I'm the owner and founder of Northwest Legal Planning, an estate planning and probate firm located in Westland, Oregon, serving the greater Portland area. And this show is Estate Planning Weekly, and this is episode 13, and we're talking about how to choose the guardians for your children in the case that you and your spouse cannot agree. Now, I wish that I could just give you the formula as how to do it and make it as smooth as possible. But oftentimes you may say, my parents, my brother and sister, and your spouse may say their parents and their brother and sisters. And it's really hard to come to a resolution on that. Now, sometimes if you can't agree, and I've seen this in estate plans that have come in that I've reviewed and updated for people, that on one hand, spouse A would choose their family so that if they were the second to die, their choice would hold, and spouse B chooses their family. So if they were second to die, their choice would hold. And while that is something that can be done, I oftentimes see that underneath there is a bit of conflict with that kind of resolution to this issue. And just by introducing the things that I'm going to tell you about, those conflicts can be lessened, and oftentimes there can be a compromise and agreement made. So the first suggestion that I'm going to make is when you're talking about guardians for your children, you need to have in your mind two separate roles. One of those roles is for the day-to-day loving, nurturing, living with, and raising of your children. Those are the people that are going to have your children in their home, and they're going to be instilling their values and support and raising those kids. The other role is that of the people that are going to decide how the money you leave behind is used for your children. And not only can we think of those as two different roles, but we can assign those roles to different people. So when you're looking at guardians for your children, the ones that are going to love them and be with them on a day-to-day basis, you do not have to worry about the finances. You do not have to worry about whether these people are good at managing the money that you're going to leave behind. What you need to worry about is whether or not these people are known and loved and liked by your children, and whether they know, love your children, and whether their beliefs, whether religious, political, all kinds of beliefs that you think are important and values that you want instilled in your children, those are the people that you want to have the physical, daily guardianship of your kids. And you don't have to worry about whether or not they've got money, whether or not you think they're going to be good at spending your money. You can have someone else in that role. Now, when you look at it that way, it takes a lot of the complication out of who you need to pick or who you should pick for guardians for your children. The other issue is you do not have to pick a couple. You can pick a couple, but you can also pick single individuals to be guardians of your children. A lot of my clients have it in their mind that in order to have a good guardian for your child, it has to be a couple. Well, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't absolutely have to be. A lot of times, there are values and they would like children raised in a more traditional style family. And if that's one of your values, then yes, having a couple would be important, but it doesn't have to be a couple. And then you don't even know, perhaps you and your spouse die in an accident of some sort along with half of the couple that you've chosen, and there's only one person left. And would you be all right with that one single person now being the guardian of your children Maybe yes, maybe no. And we take those things into consideration when we're naming guardians for the kids in estate plans that we put together. Is it for the couple? Is it just for the single? If they're divorced, would it be husband or wife? But don't have it stuck in your mind with, this paradigm that it has to be a couple. It can be a single individual as well. And lastly, really you need to take a look not only at the relationship that you have with the people that you're considering as guardians, but the relationship that your children have with these people. They should not be strangers. They should be people that your children get along with, that they know well, that they trust. So it's more about the relationship that exists between the potential guardian or guardians and your child or your children than it is your relationship with them. Obviously, you don't want to pick someone that your children have a good relationship with on false pretenses, but you need to take a deep dive and really look into, who is it that your children are most comfortable with? Who is it that are most comfortable with your children? And that relationship is very, very, very important. So the 3 things is, number 1, you can separate out guardians from financial people. You can not have to focus on only having a couple serving and realizing that even if you do name a couple, there may only be one of them remaining when guardianship becomes necessary. And then finally, taking a look closely at the relationship that your children have with the potential guardians, rather than focusing solely on your relationship with the potential guardians. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions about naming guardians for your children or any other estate planning matters, please feel free to schedule a complimentary estate planning strategy session with me by clicking on the link in the description down below. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, I'd love to hear them in the comments section, and I'm happy to answer them. And if you have any suggestions for questions that you would like answered in future episodes of Estate Planning Weekly, please put them down below. I'm always looking for more content and more answers that I can provide to people regarding estate planning. Until next week, take care. Thank you. Bye.